Okay, welcome everybody. It's 5:35 p.m. Um, this is Sound Money Investing. My name is Mo. You can call me Mo or Mo. We cover gold, silver, and Bitcoin mainly here in the Sound Money Investing. That's it. Sound is okay. I have comments live. It should be fine. Yeah. So this live open stream will cover the upcoming opening of the market for gold and silver in 24 minutes or so. We have the charts ready here. On top, gold, below silver. We will see what happens um, at the opening stream, at the opening time. I have the chart set up at 1 minute, I believe. So we will see which way the market will take. And we can go over questions from everybody who joins. Don't be shy. Put a question in. Put a ticker of a company that you want me to look at. Obviously, around 6, we will look at gold and silver for a few minutes to see where the market will start, as I think everybody is waiting to see in which direction we're going to go. Surprisingly, we moved quite well last Friday at the end of the market. So want to see if we have continuation on that movement early Sunday evening here in North America, or we're going to be correcting as the influence of oil is quite important right now in the market. First, we're going to cover a little bit of few. I have one news related to gold, and after that, a website that I found that it's kind of cool to review performance of gold and silver very quickly. And then we can go back to the charts here for the opening bell at 6 p.m. So the news that I wanted to cover is this one. Turkey become the world's biggest gold seller, sells 58 tons of gold in 14 days. So an 8 billion move by Turkey. And what we actually learned from the article here is that um, Turkey had to do this move to support its currency, the lira. The lira came under pressure due to rising energy import costs and higher demand for dollars after the West Asia war began. Turkey total foreign exchange reserves reportedly dropped by 40 billion to around 175 billion, as stated in the Kobishi letter. The level is the lowest since quarter of 2025. So some countries are in trouble due to oil, and it's triggering actions of their assets. Would Turkey want to sell gold? Potentially not, but they had no choice but to react to the market conditions. And therefore, you're going to see the longer this conflict continues, the more actions we may see from different central banks, different countries, in order to protect their currency, in order to have available fuel for their economy. There's going to be all kinds of actions. I saw a report saying that the Philippines, I think, had only a few days reserves in terms of fuel because they are highly dependent on the Strait of Hormuz um, petroleum that's coming from that region. Therefore, they are bracing people, preparing them for quite difficult times in the upcoming week because of the impact of oil reserves in the country and also oil importation in the country. Uh, Now, in terms of silver, I found this website, which is tradingeconomics.com, where you can see all kinds of commodities here in a dashboard. You see what types of changes that they have, uh, the prices at which they are currently. But the interesting chart is this one below. So I'm going to show you what it is. So this spreadsheet here has the day, the month, and the year performance of the main commodities: gold, silver, copper, steel, lithium, platinum, and iron ore. And you get to see what the performance has been. So this is an overview of the last trading day. So we saw here a move in gold and silver over 2%, and platinum also moved 1.76%. But over the month, we see that is quite red. Variations from +2 for steel, or even +6% for iron ore, and the lowest is -22 for silver. So silver has been quite volatile. But again, if you look at longer time frames in terms of year performance, you see here that gold performance has been plus 45%, even after the big correction that we have seen recently. Silver, the same thing, over 100% for the year. Copper is plus 7%. Steel has lost 2.22%. Lithium has jumped also. In the year, actually is performing better than silver at plus 113%. Platinum is not too far behind with a 90% performance. And we close with iron ore at 3.7%. We'll come back to this website later on to see if um, it's a live feed here in terms of tracking of all these key commodities within this website. Again, this is our YouTube channel, Sound Money Investing. We cover gold, silver, and Bitcoin. I'll try to vary the videos so that every group of investors can have a little bit of each flavor. I know there's a lot of people who love gold and only look at gold. Other people are only looking at silver. Others are looking only at Bitcoin. So I'm trying to put a big picture here, indicating that sound money investing is important. And I believe it's quite important to have a portion of your portfolio in these three assets. This will help protect your buying power over time. So that's the main reason that I started the YouTube channel. And let me see if I can find this quickly. US live. Let me see if I can find this website. I don't know if it's here. Yeah, no, I think it's Oh, I think it's this debt dashboard. Okay, this is the one that I wanted to see. So under usdebtclock.org, we can track the debt levels of the US government. And you see here that we are over $39 trillion in terms of debt. It's going up and up and up. And with the activities now in the Middle East, it will only get worse. So, up to a certain point, the government has a leeway on what it can do. After a certain amount of time, they will have to start printing money. And when they start printing money, they're going to debase the currency and sound assets will soar. And that automatically implies gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Plus, when they decide to print to help the economy, it's gonna also bring liquidity. And we all know that Bitcoin thrives on liquidity. The other key assets also love liquidity. So we'll have to see how the different central banks around the world will be reacting to the duration of this conflict. I think it's is key to be patient. I don't think it's something that is going to stop anytime soon. I think it's going to be a long conflict. Therefore, the economic impact will be quite important. It's going to take a while to see the first red signs, eventually be in the crisis. And after that, once the conflict is solved, then it's going to take a while to come back to normal levels. So we still going to have quite a bit of challenge ahead of us. So oil will be the what can I say, the commodity to look out in the upcoming weeks. Now we're going to take it week by week for now, but I think it's going to be center in the minds of a lot of government agencies, central banks, investors, and the stock market. So we need to be aware of what's going on. And we just, I think today is the first day post 30 days from the initiation of the conflict. I think the initiation was on the 28th of February. Therefore, we have completed the first month. They were talking about a couple of weeks of conflict, and I don't think it's going to be the case. We're looking potentially to a much more longer conflict, much more problematic, complex in terms of its economic impacts, how inflation is going to react, how the central banks will protect the economies of their country, how the currencies will also react. We'll have to follow that closely. But as you can see here, the debt is going up $39 trillion, and it doesn't really stop. It moves up quite quickly. It's quite impressive. So every single day when I look at this, the number gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we don't see a solution short term in terms of what the US could do to stop this US national debt. They have the conflict to deal with, they have their issues in terms of government shutdowns currently, but also how are they going to finance the interest payments that they have to do related to the debt. They have a bunch of terms that are due, that were initiated during the pandemic. Some need to be renewed, and some of those bonds, the interest rates associated with them were extremely low during the pandemic, and now they have, if they have to renew, they're going to be much, much higher. Therefore, the interest on those blocks of bonds will be bigger and bigger, and that will impact central banks and their action towards interest rates, introduction of some kind of QE, printing money, debasing the currency to protect the economy, and that will be advantages for gold, silver, and Bitcoin, and that's what we want to cover here in the channel. So we have 9 minutes, 8 minutes left in terms of waiting time before we start to see price action in the market for gold and silver. Like I indicated here, I have the two charts in trading view. This is a 1 minute chart, so we'll see how it is going to react in a few minutes. It was quite positive on Friday. We went up a couple of percentages. See it here. Gold went up 2.63% and silver went up 2.24% last Friday. Some people were actually quite surprised of the price action. We will see what we get in a few minutes. 8 minutes now before we start looking at the data, trying to analyze what's going to happen. And this obviously is going to influence all kinds of markets for the upcoming week. So for those who want to ask a question, once we have a few minutes of the market open, I can move towards handling questions from people from the chat. So we'll look at that in a few minutes. 7 minutes left before we start seeing data, new data for gold and silver. Let's be patient. So if people have questions related to gold, silver, and Bitcoin, I'm open to answer them before 6 p.m. The experience that I have is more on Bitcoin. I'm on my fifth year of looking and following the Bitcoin market. I'm close to, let's say, 6 months or something like that in a tight research period for silver and gold, so it's quite new to me. I have much more experience with Bitcoin, but I want to share what I know, and I'm learning every day, and hopefully maybe people from the chat will be able to give me tips or share information that I don't know related to silver and gold. I'm quite interested in getting a more data, more experience trading commodities, and that mainly includes gold and silver. I'm maybe also looking to start following a little bit closer. I've never done it. Oil also, simply because there could be some good possibilities or investing probabilities in terms of oil in the upcoming weeks. Um, Quite short term, I would say, especially if we see that the conflict expands or escalates or it becomes bigger. Um, we could see a longer impact on the oil ETFs. I work a lot with ETFs in terms of silver, gold, and oil. I'm following all of them. Also, ETFs related to Bitcoin. So, work a lot on that. A few individual stocks here and there to complete my portfolio. And those are mainly linked to AI. So, we're talking about Palantir, Tesla, Nvidia, Broadcom, ARM. Are they others? I think that's, let me check in terms of AI, AI. AMD, yeah, ARM, AMD, Nvidia, Google, Broadcom, Palantir, and Tesla pretty much are the assets that I follow in terms of AI to complete my portfolio. So 3 minutes left before our market opens. We don't have any questions, unfortunately, so we'll have to wait for questions. But we're going to get ready and look at the charts. So yeah, if people have questions related to gold, silver, Bitcoin, I would gladly try to answer that to the best of my abilities. We'll look at the price action of gold and silver for the first 15 minutes or so, or first 10 minutes, and we will see. I will go to questions if I have questions. So you can put the questions in the chat. You can mention the tickers of companies that you're interested in. Like I indicated, I'm mainly more used to ETFs in terms of gold and silver than individual companies because I haven't had the time to research actual individual companies within the gold sector and the silver sector. So that's why my first layer is going to be ETFs. I'm trying to actually select ETFs that have regular distribution, ideally monthly, if not weekly. I'll try to have ETFs that have monthly or weekly distributions within the gold sector, the silver sector, and the Bitcoin sector. And I may be adding also in the oil sector for a short term exposure on oil, especially because probabilities of a long conflict are increasing day by day. So probabilities of something getting solved this upcoming week, for example, are getting slimmer and slimmer, smaller and smaller. They're talking about maybe sending soldiers in the region. So this type of things will not necessarily be good for the market. So we have just started 6 p.m. So the first move for gold is to the downside. So we will see how it's going to react. Silver also is going down. So it's going to be interesting to follow um, first move of these markets. It's my first live open stream with silver and oil. So we sold off right away, and then we come back. We're trying to defend that 4,500 level for gold. This the charts that you see right now are 1 minute candles, so it's quite big and fast movements. So for now, we're going down. We're down to 4,480 and low $69 for silver. Almost 1% down already for silver, who is quite more volatile than gold. For those who are starting or it's new or are new in commodities trading, so silver moves quite a lot more than gold to the upside and to the downside. So study both assets and see how they move before you start to look and choose which asset you want to or you prefer, or it's more compatible with your type of investor. So if you're very, very, very nervous, you probably out of the three assets, gold would be the more stable. Um, if you're calm and collected, silver and Bitcoin can be for you. But yeah, there's quite a lot of volatility. You have to have conviction in these assets before investing. So no, we're coming back for gold, which is nice. Trying to defend again the key level that I indicated is 4,500 right now. Um, you see that we're up in gold and not so much in silver. For whatever reason, right now, gold is outperforming a little bit the performance of silver. So we will follow the price action. And like I indicated, if you have questions or companies and tickers, just put them in the chat and I will cover them in a few minutes. It's fun to see some people coming in and out of the live stream. It means that some people are catching the feed, so it's kind of cool to see what they're doing. You see that we're up. Oh, so silver trying to come back right now, giving flashes of volatility, which is really, really cool. Are we going to 4,501? Oh, yes, we are. So we are trying, so we're defending quite well the 4,500 level. Silver should follow this gold move right now. So clearly above 4,500 right now. Quite good move for gold. Trying to explain where gold and silver are moving these past few weeks has been quite challenging when we think that gold and silver, sorry, when we think that gold and silver should perform well, they have come down, and when we expect them to come down, they have either held or gone up. So it's quite difficult, I would say, since in the last month, since the beginning of the conflict, it has been quite difficult to decipher where gold and silver um, will be moving. So 5 minutes has have gone by, and silver is still down 1%, and gold is slightly up 0.2%, and silver is correcting at minus 1.36%. So silver is selling off, and gold is going up. That doesn't happen that much. Usually, these two assets follow each other quite well. Oil has already, sorry, oil has started to trade too, and it's up almost 2% right now at $103. So that also has an influence in the price action for gold and silver. Let's see what happens. So sell-off of silver is quite important. We are down 2%, and oil is almost up 2%. So a 4% difference between um, silver and oil. We're going to see the first 15 minutes, and we'll evaluate what to do next. Like I indicated, if you have questions, just share them in the chat, and I will have time to answer every single question before I go. So gold is defending the 4,500 level. Silver is going down a little bit. Let me just check here if we have some kind of support short term here. Doesn't seem to be any type of support. The support here is this trend line for um, silver. Now you see that gold has started to sold off $4,484. Oil is performing well, holding strong at $103. It's looking like we could see some red candles for gold and silver at the beginning of this week. Um, like expected, silver is correcting bigger and more than gold. Silver is down 1.8%, and gold is pretty much flat versus oil, who is moving up in price by 1.8%. Hello to those joining the live chat. I hope you hear me well. I hope you see the charts properly. Okay, we're stabilizing again with gold and trying to attack again that level of $4,500. We have been trading around that level for a while, and you see it here too, that we zigzagged here around 4,500 also. That was, I believe, last Friday. So a little bit of volatility, not that much, so it's good. Gold stabilizing, silver correcting a little more, but we may come back in terms of silver. So yes, indicate to me if you hear me, if you see well the charts, and put comments, questions, um, tickers of companies that you want me to look at um, in the chat, and I will make sure I answer all the questions for those joining in the live stream. I have done three or four live streams now, and I'm still waiting for my first question. So that's going to be exciting when it happens. So going to prolong the live stream for the next 7 minutes until 6:20, and then if I don't have any questions, I will close the live stream, just so that I don't ramble too much, and I don't bore you guys to death. So right now, gold is making a nice base. Same thing for silver, around 68.40, 68.50. Trying to do a base, potentially to come back. We'll have to see. Same thing for gold, around 4,490. Trying to hold there the price before price action. Okay, gold is coming back again near 4,500, and silver seems to want to bounce back also. Again, we are expecting quite a little bit of variability around the 4,400 500 level. Same thing will happen in the 5,000 level. And if we ever, for whatever reason, end up around $4,000 per ounce of gold, it's going to be, again, the same thing. We are creatures that like round numbers, and usually in TA or in trading in the charts, you see that reflected all over the place in the charts, where we stop at even numbers, then correct, find support at even numbers, and bounce back up to another point where we always, or most of the time, we deal with even numbers. So the last 5 minutes, everybody, last chance to put a question in the live chat for me to cover, and if not, I will close the live stream for today. Yeah, I can't wait to get a few, like I indicated, I think in the last live stream, I can't wait to have a few subscribers in order to start building a community, a sound money investment community around the YouTube channel. So that will be fun to build in the next months. I can't wait to meet new people, meet new faces, um, enjoy their comments, interact with them, and together we can learn quite a bit about gold, silver, Bitcoin investments, oil, and maybe other type of investments, assets that people enjoy. I said already a couple of times, this YouTube channel is run by myself. Therefore, I have quite a big flexibility in terms of what I can decide to do with the channel. As long as I follow the YouTube guidelines, I should be fine. But besides that, there's a bunch of subject assets around the gold, silver, and Bitcoin that we can cover in the channel without too much or too many issues. So don't be shy to share in the comments what can I improve, what you want me to cover a little more. um, I'm gonna try to be as good as I can in providing information about gold, silver, and Bitcoin in an equal manner. Obviously, it's going to be challenging sometimes because maybe Bitcoin will be moving and the other two assets won't be moving, or gold and silver will be moving and Bitcoin will be flat. That will happen. We don't have exact correlation quite often between gold, silver, and Bitcoin, but it has happened in the past. So 1 minute left. So let's go back to uh, our YouTube channel. So again, this is Sound Money Investing. This is the first time we do the gold and silver open market. Just going to conclude with the charts. We seem to be defending quite well the $4,500 price in terms of gold. Silver corrected a little bit more. It's trying to come back to around $70. It's at 68.71. Potentially will come back to $70 in terms of silver. And like indicated, sound money investing, we are interested in looking at gold ETFs, gold stocks, silver ETFs, silver stocks, Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin related investments, Maybe we're going to cover a little bit of oil due to the present crisis. And the last part of my portfolio, it's not really, we shouldn't cover necessarily here, but in live streams, we can put a little time if people are interested in the other portion of my portfolio. There's two. There's a cash position linked to STRC, which is linked to Bitcoin. So we get a 11.5 dividend paid monthly when we park a little cash on the side within our portfolio. That's STRC. And the other part is stocks. And in those stocks, mainly I focus on AI and AI related companies that usually pay weekly dividends. Some are monthly, but the big majority are weekly paying ETFs. So I can cover that if it is of interest to people. So if you have a question or if you have a ticker that you want me to look at, it is the last time, the last seconds to do so. If not, I will conclude the live stream. So if there's a person in the live chat and wants me to analyze a stock in trading view or answer its questions, I would gladly do so. We seem to be trying to go above 4,500 in terms of gold, and we're now approaching $70, slightly above $69 in terms of silver. So yeah, if you think also that the sound is not so good, let me know. And if you don't see me very well or something, or the stream is like lagged or there's issues, please let me know in the chat so I can try and see if I can on my side try to fix the problem. So you see here in terms of gold, we went up, got rejected, came back up. We came back up pretty much at the same level or very close to the same level, get rejected again. So this is starting to be a temporary resistance that we need to break to the upside in order to move away from this price action. In terms of silver, we are just trending down at the moment. So if there's someone in the chat, you can just say hi to confirm that everything is working. That would be appreciated. And if not, we'll try to wind down the live stream. But if there's people around, I will stay a little longer until 6:30. It's 6:23 right now. We can extend it to 6:30 if I have questions or comments that people have related to our first open market of gold and silver here on the Sound Money Investing YouTube channel. Yeah, silver, sorry, gold is really trying to stay above the 4,500 level right now, or buyers are trying to support that price right now. Silver around 69, we're starting to see some type of resistance there in terms of price action. Sorry. So again, if you have a question related to gold, silver, or Bitcoin, put it in the live chat. I'm gonna try to answer to the best of my abilities. And if you want me to look at a specific asset, either silver company or ETF, gold company or ETF, Bitcoin company or ETF, as long as it is available in trading view, I can give you quick feedback on the daily chart and the weekly chart of that specific asset. It's up to you to just ask me the ones that are more important to you. I have looked at a little bit more ETFs in terms of gold, silver, Bitcoin, now a little bit of ETFs in the energy sector because of the oil situation. So I'm starting to build a little more experience in these four commodities at the moment. Let me know if the chat is working. 3 minutes left, everybody. There's two people that were there that left the live stream, didn't want to share the questions. Eventually, we will get questions. I am certain of that. It just takes a little bit of time. So 4,500 for gold and $69 seems to be the resistance level for silver at the moment. Oh, clear signal, trying to break above 4,512 or something to be able to track and maybe attack 4,520. But there's a lot of sellers, seem to be a lot of sellers at that level. So 1 minute, everybody. We're going to close the live stream at this stage. Again, sound money investing. We cover gold, silver, and digital gold, which is Bitcoin. We have only 8 videos in the series, a few live streams. I'm still tweaking a little bit here and there, the different formats, the different videos that I'm going to post on the channel. Hopefully, people will enjoy the content and followed us more and more. We have 0 subscribers right now. we had one couple of days in, um, but that person left. So we are not no longer a subscriber, have a subscriber, but it will come back. So I'm not really worried about that. So this covers the first ever live stream for the open market on Sunday evening for gold and silver. So thank you for those who are going to watch this till the end on YouTube after the live stream. Thank you very much, and we'll see each other in the next one.